All right. It's gonna be another veterans rant. I ain't finished what I wanted to say on my list, so I'm gonna get right back into it. So Iraq. Oh yeah, hold on. Shout out to you know, New Era with your boy with the Jungle Connection. I got drip for sale. I got drip for sale. Uh, uh. But yeah. So we we gonna go back to Iraq. All right. So for all you military folks out there, and the ones who's the warriors that been to war and everything like that, or subjects of war. I did not pop my cherry. All right. I'm kind of glad I didn't, but then I still wanted to. But I mean, I could have dealt with the smoke at the time because that's what my mindset was on. But I'm glad I didn't have to like shoot at anybody, or kill anybody. So I'm thankful for that. I couldn't have that on my conscience, or have that that fight or flight, that warrior mentality, or whatever we were trained for. Trust me, we were trained for it. And I'm telling you, I went in at 18, went to war at 20. So I'm telling you, like, that's how my life was. So that's why I was like, my life is great, because I mean, you got a lot of people that had different jobs and different positions and everything like that. Especially had more extremes. You know what I'm saying? That they had to deal with. So I was thankful for the situations that we didn't have to deal with. And yeah, so like a lot of people, lost their lives over there and everything like that. So, man, well, right hand. But my hats is off to him and everything like that. So, PTSD is real, you know, even though you didn't have to like do anything of that sort. It's just the fact that you have to go over there and your life is always in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? And still to this day, it's still having an effect, regardless on how long I've been out or how long I've, been out of that situation. And I've been in 1 year. That was just 1 year over there. You know what I'm saying? And I can see how people in prison, or jail, what I'm saying, might have that feeling or whatever. But prison for the most part. But then I couldn't imagine, as far as like my other battle buddies who was still in the military, who did multiple deployments. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I know they going through it. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like, but I don't know what their jobs were, or if they was more combat related, or if they had to do some extra stuff with special forces or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I didn't get the that opportunity of being in that fire firefight or whatever. So I'm glad I didn't kind of pop my cherry, because I mean that was the badge of honor or whatever the case may be. But I wasn't. I was with the smoke, but I didn't want the smoke unless I was trying to defend myself. But let's see. Um, all right, so as I got older, it's gonna be a touchy subject for some people, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. Um, Religious. I am non-religious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna knock anybody of what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's entitled to whatever they believe in. You know what I'm saying? So if belief versus belief, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be an argument. Opinion versus opinion, that can be a debate, you know what I'm saying? But on that subject, I kind of, the military and, just life is, just kind of, pushed me away from that direction, and then opening up my eyes as far as like, what I believe in, as far as like, as like what black people went through. I'm not gonna lie to you. What my people went through, it was eye opening and heartbreaking. As far as like religious goes, and it's like for me it's like a big magic trick, but you can't knock what a person believes in, because a person may have a strong imagination, so strong to where that you can't change their mind or what they believe in, even if they haven't seen what they supposed to believe in. And for me, I mean, I just came to conclusions that I operate of, what I'm saying, off of money, ussy, and ussy. I ain't say completely, but yeah, just money, intercourse, and THC. That's the only thing that will make me move. But for the most part, those are my gods. I pray to that God, what I'm saying, the THC God. You know, come on, man, please, please let me stretch this to, what I'm saying, to pay that. Or, somebody, bless me with some money to go get some more. I be praying to the money gods and everything like that. And then, what I'm saying, the JJ gods, what I'm saying, and, what I'm saying, they be coming through sometimes. But, I mean, I just have the, regular God traits, but for the most part, I just kind of tapped in. I just been, as far as like the relationships and everything like that, the military, yeah, with that PTSD and the trustworthy and stuff like that. It's like I have trust issues, so that's why I just converted back to just being like as if I was a caveman. Because as a nomad, how everybody was traveling back in the days and everything like that, like just imagine like just how a man did, just this the how natural or how nature works, even the animal kingdom, you know like we can reproduce until we die, but we could just travel from town to town, or whatever the case may be, like how they were doing in the in the Wild West, or they had brothels and stuff like that, and then we just moving around, stick and move, whatever the case may be, having families and yada yada yada, or whatever the case may be. But just imagine like back in the days when they didn't have any condoms or something like that. Yeah, that shit was treacherous. And then you got just back in the caveman savage days, and but I'm not on that bopping females on the head and dragging them to the cave type stuff. It's more of a hunt, catch, release. What I'm saying? So yeah, so as far as like PTSD and me going to Iraq and having issues mentally or whatever the case may be, it's like I'm just explaining how I see things. you know um, like I want to be helpful for people, what I'm saying, but nobody will accept free help. They will take the help unless they pay for it, or whatever, but that's how just how people are. um let's see. So yeah, so I don't knock anybody on what they believe in or whatever the case may be, because I believe in what I believe in, and I'm like, at this moment right now, yeah, I'm just dead ass serious on money, sexual relations, and weed. Those are the only thing that makes me move, and That's the only thing that I'm sticking to, because everything else is just BS. Like, I'm at the point in my life where if I go out, I I, I don't even like pursue. You know what I'm saying? I'm a single male and everything like that. But like, as far as like chasing females, nah. If anything, I'll talk to you first, and I'm talking to you about like my Instagram, or trying to network, and uh, seeing what how can we collaborate, versus like, oh, I'm trying to get in your pants. Nah, that shit's old, and it's gonna be too much work. So I'd rather not do all that work, and especially if you got tennis shoes on, I ain't finna holler at you. Yeah, can't do it. I just already know what's gonna happen. But yeah. So also with the PTSD, um, like, I think, like, it's not me having a fear of missing out. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I do have that feeling. But for the most part, like, it's kind of hard going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be alert. You got to stay alert or whatever. Don't show any signs of weakness, and and all the stuff. Like right now, I'm making these videos and I'm just ranting. So these videos may not make any sense, but they just me telling stories or whatever. I might jump from a story and then come back to it or whatever. This is for to listen to, fall asleep to, or just if you interested in hearing about somebody else's life. But yeah. And if I don't smoke, if I don't medicate, my dreams are consistent of me fighting, like beating people up, or uh, like probably, I don't know, shooting at people or something of that sort, and or somebody's hunting me down, and I'm like being chased or something like that. And yeah, it's and I wake up like, cold, not, yeah, I would wake up in sweat, sweating and everything like that, and my body feels like it's been, running and everything. I'm like, ah, man. So when I do smoke, or, um, yeah, when I do smoke, it just calms me down, and helps me go to sleep. It knocks me right the hell out. You know what I'm saying? And let's see. Oh, another thing. All right, for all the people that got PTSD, all right, and you may not even know that you have it, all right. So I recommend, like, I don't care, you talking about that you don't deserve any benefits because you're healthy and everything like that. No, they put you in training. They put you in all of this stuff, like you deserve your benefits. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not the average person. The average person that went through the military, any kind of training, other military, and completed and did like 3 years and a deployment, or and plus, or whatever the case may be. Oh yeah, you need to go get your benefits, because nobody should be going through that. Because you signed a contract. So I recommend, like, um, trying to get your sanity back. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to work that hard anymore. Because if you go get your benefits, you need to, hopefully you documented everything while you was in the military and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, for the most part, let me show you how people transition. This is what I was told, and how I was aware of it, of like PTSD. So just imagine you have a job where it was kind of extreme. All right, you're infantry. All right, give it like the infantry. It could be any kind of combat job, combat engineer. You get what I'm saying? All right, so let me use combat engineer for example, because my dad was a combat engineer, and all right, and my uncle, he was a mechanic in the military. All right, so let me tell you what happened with these two. All right, so when they got out the military, when they transitioned, into the civilian world, they picked up jobs. They didn't really retire. They just did an occupational change, because when they retired, they didn't actually retire. They just got another job. You know what I'm saying? And now they're about to retire in that job that they got from the military. All right, so nobody notices that they have PTSD. That they didn't notice that they had PTSD. Reason being because they put themselves right back into a comfort zone position, to where that they, always on alert, always on, defense and guard, or whatever the case may be. So not too much of my uncle, but my dad did, because he once he got out, he went into security. So he's a security guard, right? So so he's not noticing that he's, not letting go of that fight or flight, or defend this, guard the perimeter, this and that, and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? So, for instance, if he would have got out and became a cop or a police officer, you know what I'm saying? Or he would have got out and became like a firefighter or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's all these jobs that's going to keep the unconscious mind busy and the body working hard, as if you were, well, not security on that purposes, but as far as, like, you have a lot of ex-military that jumps into, law enforcement. So they're right back into going after an enemy. You get what I'm saying? So they're always like, on guard, and, they have an enemy that they, basically a suspect that they go after. You get what I'm saying? Or in other jobs, like my uncle, he was, after he did mechanic, he started working on like buses and stuff like that. So yeah, so he got right back into, I guess, I don't know if it was supervisor. I don't know too much about their background or whatever, but but he's been doing it for a long ass time. But that's what he was doing in the military. So he just transitioned to something that he was already used to. But then at the same time, he was going back right into the flow and not noticing all the stuff, or whatever the case may be. Maybe he calmed it down, or as far as like dealing with people and knowing that they're not soldiers, versus, being as, and being civilian or whatever. Not too sure or whatever, but those are just examples as far as like people transitioning from military to civilian world, but not noticing about their PTSD, but they still having, like, symptoms that they're not noticing, because that's part of their program. They're programmed to have a weapon with them. They're they're programmed to, to check the doors, and, keep checking the windows and everything like that. Like when you drive, you kind of drive aggressive, and, what I'm saying, stuff like that, or whatever the case. And then some people have like, kind of, self-inflicting, thoughts, and they start drinking and driving, or driving aggressive while they're drunk, and not giving a care about, the people that's on the road, and, the alcohol intake, or whatever the case may be, or they just, drowning themselves in some kind of, any kind of, I guess, drug or alcohol, and but that's the way they cope, or that's the way they can, help them go to sleep, or to get rid of their dreams and or nightmares. So that's why I kind of, cope doing that. And, you know I always kind of say that life gets boring, and, whatever, because my mind is always racing, and it's not a lot of hours in a day for me. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could just be a robot, to where that I don't have to use the bathroom, I don't have to go to sleep, and I don't need to eat. I could just go, 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 go. I would love to do that, but I'm human, just like you. And I would say, if if you do have PTSD, like, as a veteran, I'm pretty sure if you have PTSD, like in some kind of hostile territory or something like that, Yeah, I would advise you to, to talk to somebody. Like for me right now, I'm venting all of this stuff out. I'm just getting all of this stuff out and just documenting it, and it's helping, but it's not going to get rid of it. And let's see what I got this. All right, so I got an Iraq story for y'all, where you get up out of here. And then oh yeah, it says glitches in life. I don't know why I put glitches in life. If I put glitches in life, these are just like notes that I put down. So glitches in life, I would say, if you live life by cutting corners, all right, for instance, I would say me being in the military, I would take advantage of all the discounts. Um, let's see, I would, like for instance, like in San or Texas, period, you can park free if you have disabled veteran plates at 50%. I think 30% if you're amputee, and 50% disability and higher. You get disabled veteran plates out here in Texas. And let's see, you get to park at the airport for free. You get to park for downtown for free, and you get like a handicap placard, and you can park in handicap spots. You know what I'm saying? So um, I do take advantage of that. As far as like the free parking at the airport and everything like that. And then or if I go out to the club or something like that, and the only parking space is open is the disabled veterans park, yeah, I'm taking advantage of that, because I will lose my shit if I don't find a motherfucking parking spot. But call me mental if you want to. Oh, and anxiety. Anxiety is like my go through of anxiety is like when I'm doing something repetitiveness, and then like for instance, if I'm filing my nails or something like that after I clip them and I'm watching TV or something like that, all of a sudden that feels like everything's like a blanket is on me, you know what I'm saying? And then I gotta like I'm about to be claustrophobic. I can't move, and sometimes I can't control it. So what I would do is I have some weights in the living room, and I just grab them and I just raise them up, just pump them until I start getting tired. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, I just kind of hold it, kind of stretch it, like get all that little energy, this built up energy out of my system, because that's what it feels like, the anxiety portion of it. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse, and but it happens only at certain times, or like it's like you have a shirt that you're trying to adjust, but you can't get it right. You know what I'm saying? And then you just get frustrated for some reason, and that's how I've been feeling. I'm like, oh man, I gotta find another alternate route. But I do the weights real quick, or I might do some push-ups or something like that real quick to get that energy out of my system. Um, let me tell you about the story of when we came through Iraq. All right, the most memorable story when we ran through, or when we first touched down in Iraq. All right, let me put stories. All right, so we're driving in this convoy, right? And it's like we're coming from Kuwait. I think Charlie battery already took off, so it's like I forgot which battery it was with. I know I was in Bravo. I was in Bravo at the time. I think Alpha Bravo and like service battery, and all the rest of the batteries except for like Charlie and HHB. I don't know. I can't remember. But we're driving, right? And then we stopped on the side of the road, and then we see Iraqis, little kids or whatever the case may be, and they're trying to like try to get candy and food from us, or American dollars and stuff like that. So we were getting souvenirs. I was trying to get them basically souvenir and still help them out at the same time. So they had like some Iraqi money. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I got some. Yep, sure do. So I think I don't think they make these anymore. Yeah, I don't think they make them anymore because they got the new. They got the new bills years ago. But these were the dollar bills where we exchanged. It was like 250 or something like that, and basically it was like 250 of their dinar for a quarter, basically. You know what I'm saying? So we ended up I forgot what we gave them, $1, and they gave us like maybe 50 cents back or something like that, some shit like that. And but our dollar is worth a lot over there. You know what I'm saying? That's 250 dinar. You know what I'm saying? Dinar or 250 was a lot to them. And or maybe it was some, I don't know, I ain't too sure, but the dollar was a lot. It was like 3-4 times the amount what we just gave them or whatever. So it was me and another sergeant or whatever. So we just like I gave him $1 and I just gave him like two or whatever, and I kept two because he gave us four. I forgot how many we got, but we just kind of split it. All right. Another memorable moment was we are going through Baghdad. All right, so keep in mind we in this 5-ton, this big ass truck. I'm in just a tarp. It's just a tarp in the back of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the back with the supplies and everything like that. Top off because it's hot as hell. I'm sweating my ass off. So I noticed that we like, you know what I'm saying, the cities and stuff like that. And I didn't think about taking pictures, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like always, I was on guard, I was on high alert or whatever. So, and I'm looking out the back, you know, I'm seeing people on top of roofs, you know what I'm saying? And I think they blew out a bridge. So in somewhere in Baghdad or somewhere around Baghdad, we had to drop down and go up and some more stuff or whatever. And we had like we was like looking around, and it was like stuff like still on fire. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if it buildings or they had burning tires or uh, uh, trucks or whatever. It was like stuff still on fire because you see smoke and it was fucking crowded. You know what I'm saying? It was packed or whatever the case may be with everybody. Kids running around beating up other little kids for the candy from people what they was throwing on the side and stuff like that. And yeah, it was crazy. It's like all the stuff that you see on like TV or whatever, like that shit was really happening. And it was like fucking dirt poor, and the buildings were run down and wires everywhere, stuff like that. But luckily we ain't had to, what I'm saying, deal with all that stuff. Like when I watch movies and shit, I like start to feel that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like ta 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 with the guns and stuff like that. But and another story, the first time I, got a cold ass Pepsi or whatever, cold ass Coke or whatever. It was somebody was walking around on the side of the truck. It was like, like I think some days or whatever that we've been in the hot zone or whatever, seen the Coke. I was like, oh man, let me get those. Let me get two of them. Bought one for me, for my sergeant, and it just brought me back to the States. But damn, man, 30 minutes already. I still got some time. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about something, but no, I'm talked about everything on that. But yeah, I'm gonna get back with y'all on these rants, man, and these Iraq stories. But let's see what we got. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Shout out to New Era. I'm gonna show y'all my collection one of these days. My hat collection, my shoe collection, Air Force One collection. You know what I'm saying, baby boy? Yeah, I got swag for sale. I got that drip for sale. Don't let your boy